Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing Dumplin by Julie Murphy, and I finished this book earlier today, and oh my gosh, it was really good. I had such a fun time reading this book, and it was really relatable to me, and it really hit me in a very personal way. And I just loved Will's journey, and I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time now because I had heard so many good things about it. And then last week I went to the library and I saw this book there, and I was just like, I have to get it. And I have been reading it for the past 3 days, I think. And overall, this was a really good book. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, and I gave it around a 92%. I did have some problems with this book, especially in the beginning, but the last 200 pages were really fun for me to read, and I read this book really quickly. The chapters were super short, and it was just simple writing, and that's something I really liked about the book. And overall, I highly recommend this. Even if you don't like pageants, I mean, it was still really fun to read about the pageant that happens in this book, because the main character in this book enters a pageant. That's the main plot of the story. And I just loved Will, and I loved all her friends, and overall it was such a fun story for me to read, and I just really liked it. So that's all I'm going to say from the non-spoilery section. So if you haven't read this book yet and you don't want to be spoiled, I will leave now, so bye non-spoilery people! Okay, so Dumplin by Julie Murphy. Let me just get my problems out of the way, because most of my problems happened in the beginning of the book. I wasn't really liking Will, and then the whole Will and Bo situation happened, which, I mean, I liked Bo and all, but just how their relationship started, I didn't like how it was in the beginning, because they were literally making out all the time, and I was just like, this isn't healthy. It wasn't a relationship, it was more just oh, let's go out back and make out, you know? And I didn't like that side of Bo, and I didn't like that side of Will either, and I totally understood where she was coming from about how she would be kissing him and he would touch her waist, and all of a sudden she would freak out and be like, oh my gosh, a boy is touching my chubby little waist. And I totally got that, because something that hit me really hard while reading this book was how she dealt with her weight. I really got that, and how she doubted her body and was just like, why would a guy like him want to be with a girl like me? I feel that all the time. I, for a very long time, doubted my body. And I know it's oh, you're not fat, you're not obese, but it's not I'm skinny either. I have chubby cheeks, I have flabby arms, I have huge thighs. I'm not a skinny girl, but you know, over the past year, I've definitely become more confident in my body, and in my Goodreads review, I'm just I don't care what people say, I love my body, I do. I love these thighs and my flabby arms. This is who I am. And something that Will was saying all the time was how, you know, the girl she would want to be is skinny, and she wanted to break out of this fat shell she was in, but in the end she realizes how beautiful her body is, and her confidence gave me just more confidence. I'm already confident enough, but she just gave me another boost. And I mean, I loved her confidence. That was one of my favorite things about Will, how confident she would be, and how at the very end, when she wore the red dress at the pageant, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I loved it, and how good she felt. I have those moments where I'll wear an outfit or a dress, and I'll look at myself in my mirror and be like, wow, I look great. I embrace myself in what I'm wearing, because you shouldn't be ashamed to tell yourself you look pretty and you look good. Do that. If you think you're looking pretty good, then go tell yourself that. Be confident. And that's something I've just realized myself over this past year, to be confident in how I look, because this is me, and I'm not going to go change that because everyone's getting it, you know. But yeah, I just really liked the aspect of the book. And I didn't like Will in the beginning, though, because of all the stupid decisions she was making. Like, everything she was doing was pointless. Like, I mean, okay, her bringing things off a bow was a good thing, because I was like, what you're doing isn't healthy, and this isn't right. Like, this isn't how you should start a relationship. But with the situation with Ellen, I was kind of just like, I was confused about that too, because, you know, when Ellen went there, I was kind of just like, and she, you know, she signed up to everything. I was like, okay, yeah, like, it made sense why she signed up, because she thought everyone was doing it. And I do see where Will is coming from, being like, oh, since you're doing this now, you're gonna take away this from me. Like, I want to have this opportunity for myself. But I feel like she was just too harsh about it. And they were mad at each other for 2 months for, like, no good reason. And then I felt like them making up happened really quick. Like, they hadn't talked to each other at all. And then Will said something, and no, Ellen wasn't saying anything. And then all of a sudden, they just started talking to each other and apologized and just spilled everything that had happened in the past 2 months. And I was just like, yeah, this is great that you're being friends and all, but I don't know. It felt so rushed, which understandable, because that happened like at the very end of the book. Like, the pageant is only like 10 pages long. And I was like, what? Which, by the way, the pageant made me smile. Like, I was in the car reading it today, and it was just making me so happy. And I loved all her friends, Millie and Amanda and Hannah. I love them, and oh my gosh, from the moment I met Hannah, I was just like, there's something up about this girl. And I really thought she had a crush on Amanda. Like, I could tell Hannah was a lesbian. And then a girl named Courtney showed up at the end of the book and was her escort. And then she kissed her on the cheek. I was just like, would you look at that? There's my name. And I'm like, Hannah's girlfriend. What do you know? You know, the name Courtney is very rare in books. So, like, seeing that name, I was just like, oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. But, I loved her new friends. Like, I honestly liked her new friends better than Ellen, because, I mean, Ellen's a good friend, but I just felt like Will was more comfortable, I guess, with everyone else. Not because they were, like, the same way. I don't know, they had more things in common, sort of? I don't know. I just liked being with Millie and Amanda and Hannah, and I'm so happy for Millie that she took a stand and did the pageant, and she got second runner up. Oh my gosh, it made me so happy. And it did make me that mad that Will got disqualified, but I really wasn't surprised though. But the end was really good. How she went into Harpies in her really nice dress and with the bow, and she sighed. I was just like, oh, this is great. And just the ending, the last like 50 pages just made me feel so good. And it was such a good end. And this book was just great. I overall had such a fun time reading it, and I highly recommend it. And I think those are my overall thoughts. Overall, this was a really fun book for me to read, and I just love these group of characters, and I think those are my overall thoughts and feels. So yeah, those were my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm Courtney, and I will see you all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So bye.